My original plan for the handle was to make up these pieces individually, slot on a leather piece and then slot on one of the chevron pieces and then repeat that process down the handle over a piece of tube. And as much as anything else, I thought I'd do an experiment and try to cast it in one piece so that I could come up with a solid bar, which is a lot stronger than what a piece of tube would ever be. And to my surprise, it's actually picked up the detail really nicely, and I think I'm probably going to keep this piece. I'm going to do some experimentation. I'm using a mock leather vinyl, which is quite durable, but it's also quite thin. And I'm hoping with the spacing that I've already got there, it'll maintain the leather look that I'm going for. Well, that was very tedious. Took quite a bit of time to get all them cut out, but I'm pretty pleased with the way it's come up. The seam is a little bit visible, but once the weathering aspect of it is added to it, it should be fine. So that's it now that it's had some wax added. The wax sort of fills into the seams really nicely and makes it a lot more blended, a lot more invisible. The join is there. There's the join running down there. You've got to be sort of right up on it to see it anyway, so I'm relatively happy with that. I still want to darken that down a bit further, but I'll do that closer to the final assembly. But overall, I think that's come up pretty nice. Just making up the collar piece that separates the handle from the head of the hammer. Bending it around a piece of pipe that's the same sort of dimensions to get the initial size of it. And then just shaping the bevel back to it so that it's the correct size, and just getting the final details on it before I attach it to the handle. Next thing I'm going to work on is the round top cap with the runes engraved around the outside edge. I had a couple of goes at casting this up and I really wasn't very happy with the way it was coming out, so I've decided to cut it out from a piece of aluminium bar stock that's the right thickness. Once I've got it all cut out and sanded back to a nice round shape, I've now got to work out the engraving on the top. So what I've done for that is to get a piece of paper that is the correct dimensions, and I'm just going to spray glue that on so that it gives me a guide to follow. I've got some old Allen keys that I've ground down into little chisel pieces that have varying sizes. The idea is, given that the ruin design is fairly simple, I can use the various sizes I've got there to come up with a pretty good representation of how it should look. It's a little hard to see against the shine of the metal there, but it's all coming together quite well now. But anyway guys, that's the update for this time. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.